So I've been reading the webtoon for the past few days and it's been enlightening. I mean, I have a lot more perspective on the world of the tower now. I highly recommend it to everyone who enjoyed the anime. If you're a fan, definitely give it a shot. Hello my filthy weebs, it's your friendly neighborhood degenerate Kaishi. Welcome to another video. If you like what you see, leave a like and hit that big red button down there. Also check out some of the other videos on the channel. You know, feel free to click around, you're more than welcome. Alright, enough shameless plugging, on with the video. This is my final review of Tower of God. Also, today we shall compare the anime with the webtoon and try to find the answer to one of the most important questions that has completely divided the community for the past couple of months. Just trying to make it sound more dramatic, it's not that serious to tell you the truth. And the question is, which of the two is better? The anime or the webtoon? You guys must have seen a lot of videos and reviews praising Tower of God for being the best anime there ever was, for being the gift for the anime community in these trying times, for saving anime yet again, even though it's officially Studio Trigger's job. Long story short, according to many intellectuals, Tower of God is the epitome of modern anime, which is an opinion I strongly disagree with. No siree, you can't be farther from the truth. A truth that we'll talk about in a minute after we talk about the geniuses who hold the supreme opinion that Tower of God is definitely the worst anime of all time. Yes, you heard me right, worst anime of all time. And these genius intellectuals aren't talking out of their ass either. They have a very strong argument to back their opinion. Tower of God, according to them, has bad animation. Oh my lord, I kid you not, I have read entire reviews, seen entire videos thrashing Tower of God only for its bad animation, which obviously makes it the worst anime of all time. I mean, look at this choppy shit. It's a fact of nature that to be a good anime, you absolutely, most definitely, 100% need to have great animation. And if you don't even dare and try to be good at anything else and tell an interesting story. Like this piece of crap anime. Look at this, look at this. Meanwhile, ladies and gentlemen, the art in the webtoon. Look fam, realistically speaking, it isn't the worst anime ever. Duh. And for that matter, it isn't the best either. It got a lot of attention because it's the first anime to be adapted from a Korean webtoon. A webtoon which, mind you, already has a large loyal fan base. Add to it the fact that many anime that were strong contenders this season were cancelled. So it was a given that Tower of God would be the most popular and successful anime of this season. Wait a minute, Kaishi, my dear boy. Are you saying that Tower of God is overrated? Nah, not exactly. You see, with the announcement of an anime adaptation of a webtoon came the expectation of something new, something fresh and different from the seasonal anime that we're used to. And Tower of God, as far as I'm concerned, more than delivers on that expectation. I thoroughly enjoyed it. So much so that I've picked up the webtoon. It did what it was supposed to do, to give us a new, enjoyable experience, as well as open the door for future webtoon adaptations. And showing it so much hate only because of its lacking animation, which to be honest doesn't really bother me most of the time, is absurd. That being said, yes, it could have been better with good animation and better pacing, which is something they can fix in season 2, fingers crossed. It's kind of a shame to see an anime get thrashed for its animation, especially when there are a lot of great things about it. That score is amazing. Kevin Penkin has yet again delivered us a soundtrack that is somehow beautiful and disturbing at the same time. Not to mention the opening and ending songs, definitely worthy of my weeb playlist. Look, it's good, enjoyable anime. Definitely worth the watch. The story alone is more than enough to keep you hooked. Sure, it has its flaws. Nothing's perfect, except Boku no Pico. That shit's the bomb. No flaws whatsoever. Perfection. Now, on to the differences between the anime and the webtoon. Now, there are a lot of little things that the anime changes from the webtoon, not all of them for the worse, but yeah, I have a beef with a few little details here and there. Let's start with the art style. Like I said, the art in the early chapters of the webtoon is, well, this. And the anime, for the first season of the webtoon at least, is definitely a step up in this case. But not only that, it also has a storytelling purpose. You see, in the webtoon, the backgrounds are not very well defined. In some cases, they are just plain solid chunks of nothingness. This lack of background is something that's actually found in a lot of webtoons and can easily be remedied in their anime adaptations if they ever get one. But here, that lack of background detail is something that is translated into the anime. Now, I don't know whether it's done on purpose or if it's the only way the adaptation could be made, but it adds to the ambience of the tower. You see, the world inside the tower is supposed to be foreign, even alien to us. And this choice of bland, blank backgrounds, coupled with the unique, somewhat crayon-like art style, really drives that alien feel home. But like I said, it could be an artistic choice or could be by accident. Either way, I really loved that. Most of the changes were in the dialogue. Now, I'm not gonna go down that rabbit hole because there are a lot of changes and in the end they don't really mean much, but this got me thinking, why change things in the first place? It doesn't add or remove anything from the original experience, and it's not that big of a change to make an impact on the overall story. At times it just comes off as annoying. Like for example in the last episode, episode 13 of the anime, when Ro leaves his position for the test admin, he asks Quant to leave with him to find the quote-unquote truth of the matter.
一緒に来るか？は？俺は真実を求めて上に登る。おい、何言ってんださっきから。
However, in the webtoon, it's Hansung who fires Quant, and Ro doesn't want him to come after him, but Quant does it anyway. This is a minor change and does not matter in the grand scheme of things. So why do that? Well, here's a theory. Perhaps they're making these changes so that they will fit better within the overarching narrative and even individual character arcs. I mean, they do have access to a lot of future content. And this is not the first time it's done either. Take One Punch Man for example. There are a lot of plot points that have been revised in Yusuke Murata's manga, because One, who has written a lot more of the story in the webtoon, has changed certain details, sometimes whole chapters in the manga, to best fit the narrative. I think this is also the case with Tower of God, but this is mere speculation, so don't quote me on that. I think the most annoying of these changes is that the anime tries to make Rachel less of a bitch, I guess. I don't know, man. The webtoon version seemed to be a lot more selfish and cold-hearted. But not all changes are for the worse, like I said before. Rock's character, for example, has much better execution in the anime in my personal opinion. He has a lot more scenes in the anime than in the webtoon. He's more adorable in the anime for some reason. His chocolate obsession, completely missing from the webtoon. In fact, there are entire scenes that are anime original. That really gives him more screen time, and in turn, more adorableness. Like I said, lots of dialogue changes. Many expository dialogues are either missing or shortened or completely changed. For example, the explanation for each test is not as detailed as it is in the webtoon, which is a good thing, but not always. Because along with these dialogues, you also miss a lot of world building. That's why if you're thinking of reading the webtoon, I highly recommend reading from the start, as you will gain a lot more perspective. At the end of the day, I wouldn't call the anime to be a botched adaptation. In fact, it is a good adaptation. And I wouldn't call the webtoon to be a greater or lesser experience as compared to the anime. Yes, the art is bad in the beginning, but it gets better after chapter 69,420. I'm kidding. Look, I guess it comes back to your personal choice. I like them both. They're both somewhat different experiences for me. And this isn't me taking a wuss-ass middle-of-the-road approach so as not to offend both the fans of the anime and the fans of the webtoon. Nah, fuck that. This is me giving my honest-to-God opinion, and if you think this is a pansy-ass way of doing things, then man, fuck you. Leave a like and subscribe. Leave your thoughts down below in the comment section, and I'll see you all in the next one.